We have now reached a stage where we can confidently claim to have stabilized the economy. We've come to those agreements with the IMF, and we are talking to the OCC, the Official Creditor Committee, to China, and to the private creditors. Where do we go from there? We have stabilized an economy which is import dependent. You can't go on forever with an import dependent economy. Therefore, we made our decisions, and I want to present it to Parliament in the form of legislation. The economic transformation. To begin with, the economic transformation will be firstly to an export-oriented, highly competitive digital economy, to a green economy. Then we will set out the targets and the years of our achievement and send it to Parliament. And certainly by early May, you will have it before you in the Public Finance Committee. But since we have now decided what course we are taking, to have this discussion at the start of what should be a digital economy certainly is for us quite useful. Sri Lanka has had what I call a patchwork economy. You take pieces together and then sew it together. So now we are trying to move this out into what we should. So a discussion on the digital public infrastructure certainly is useful at this stage. Firstly, we are now discussing the new institutional framework for a digital economy. We've been having IT councils and computer and information technology. We've had others. None of them really delivered the results. And it was a question of looking at micro projects and technical advances. So we are moving out of that. To build a digital economy, we are going into a digital transformation agency. The total transformation of digital economy, and together with that, the technical and the technological know-how that goes with it. So that is the first part. Within it, there's also going to be another center called the AI Center, because digital transformation, after debate we decided that digital transformation must go hand in hand with artificial intelligence. They should not be separate. There should be an autonomous institution under the Digital Transformation Agency. This year we have set aside ₹1 billion and the work is starting. I want to bring the legislation to Parliament by June this year, the latest. Sri Lanka has to become a very competitive economy. We are coming into a region which will be the growth region in the next few decades. A shift from Japan and China towards the Indian Ocean. And we have India, which will grow fast, and Sri Lanka next week. So what is the connectivity that we achieve, and what do we do in the field of the digital infrastructure? For Sri Lanka, this is essential for two reasons. One is an economy. The economy has to be driven by the digital infrastructure. And some of this is going to be useful to us. One is the agriculture modernization program. We want to have a subsistence agriculture turned into a competitive export-oriented agriculture, which means going down into the village, which we haven't done. We are supposed to have 300 or 400 agricultural service centers, but not very much was done in the last 2 decades. So we'll use that infrastructure to build the agricultural modernization center where the public and the private institutions involved in it would function at the village level. So we are looking at about 300 microeconomies for agriculture. This is what we have today. There is no supply system, all that has broken down. So which means this digital infrastructure is going to be the key to bring in these 300 odd micro agriculture economies together. So this will be an important part, both in bringing together, in transferring knowledge, in accessing markets. This is one important area that I feel we can do as far as Sri Lanka is concerned in this field of agricultural modernization. Another is our aim of reducing multidimensional poverty. Our aim is that by about 2035, the latest, we show our multidimensional poverty. The number should not exceed 10%. No country has gone down to zero. Most of the best of the countries operate about 7%. So how do we do it? Then certainly we need this framework. We need this data to know who are the individuals we should target and what are the areas we should target. It's a question of multi-dimensional. How does the education system perform? How does the health system perform at the grassroots? How are the basic incomes? So it's another important tool is the multi-dimensional poverty. To back this up, we need the education system, both in the schools and in the higher education. One of the decisions is to introduce AI to the schools in the next 5 years, so that we could cover it in the thereafter within 5 to 8 years we could have AI in every school, getting into the universities and ensure that AI is taught in every university, and there are some technological subjects itself in the universities. Moreover, university is a university of technology, but I must also thank the Indian government for enabling us to have a campus of the Chennai IIT. In addition to it, the government is also planning to start 3 universities, of which 2 will have emphasis on technology and 1 will be a university of technology.